I hope and I wish, and we are officially now live on YouTube. So
Woo.
join us on YouTube, friends. Bye and hi.
Smooth transition. It was perfect.
Smooth transition. Let me mute this because I'm hearing myself in my ears, and that's insane. Okay. Hi, YouTube. Aw.
Everybody.
I hope you guys are joining us. I have my friend Ruby here with us.
What's up, guys?
I can see you guys in the chat if you want to. Hi, Haley. If you want to say hi in the chat, we would love to hear from you. We're all going to play a game together too. So I also you guys need to be active as we play this game together. So Ruby, some of our students might not know you. The sixth graders do because you were our host for Summer with Shepherd Youth and you're a sixth grade leader. So I'm putting you on the spot, but tell us a little bit about yourself so that we can get to know you.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Ruby Kedney. I started working here at Shepherd in February of this year. So, right when all the craziness hit and pandemic life, it was like, boom, here we go. But I've loved it. I love Shepherd. My role is connections. So I help new guests get assimilated and just make people feel welcome here online and at the church in the future. So that is a little bit about me getting here. I graduated from Hope International University in May. So got my degree, which is exciting. I'm a graduated woman. Let's go. And another random fact, I feel like I need to share this because I shared this with you guys in sixth grade. And I thought it was just, it needs to be known. Yes. I love tacos, specifically Taco Bell, very much. Yeah. And it was so much that my voicemail used to be, hey, sorry, I missed your call. Like, I might be at Taco Bell right now. I'll give you a call back. And that was my voicemail up until I just got married and I had to change it.
Okay. Everyone on YouTube needs to know. I did not know this fact about Ruby. Should I have? Probably not. But for some reason, when I learned this fact, I was beside myself. You love Taco Bell so much that it was your voicemail.
It's my voicemail.
I'm probably at Taco Bell getting a Crunchwrap Supreme.
Like, why did I do
the churros?
That? And I would get, calls for like an interview or something professional, and that's my voicemail. I'm like, what? Yeah, so that's
amazing. Oh my word, that is the best. That's the best fact. Because honestly, when you go places and they're like, oh, tell us a fun fact about yourself. You actually have a hilarious fact about yourself.
My fun fact. It's my go-to.
Oh my word. You are just a queen and I like everything about you. So you're killing life. I do also enjoy Taco Bell. It's great.
It is. It's so good. And
guys, do you like Taco Bell?
But I love it.
Yes. Let us know if you like Taco Bell, guys. Oh my word. Hiram hates Taco Bell.
No, well, that's
Kayla said that she'd hire you because of your voicemail.
Yes, thank you.
So you have one hire. You have one hire.
At least I would get hired. Thank you, Kayla. I appreciate that very much.
Just mad respect. Like, honestly, yeah. Like, as someone, I'd be like, she knows what she wants.
Yeah, right?
She's a go-getter.
People always tell me, you should work at Taco Bell. I'm like, no, I don't want to work there. But
no, because then you ruin the
magic.
Image and yes, the magic.
I would see how it's really made the real food, and I'd be like, never eating here.
No. Ooh, yeah, not again. Oh my word. Well, Ruby, thank you for joining us on our live today. Before we get into it, we're obviously going to play a game today, and all of you guys are playing with us. So help me, you are not getting out of this game, guys, because it's about boy bands. All right. I don't know about you. Ruby, do you like boy bands?
I love a good boy band. I do.
Me too. They're so fun. They can dance, they can sing. Some of them can dance, some of them can't, and we know who they are. You know who you are, One Direction. But we love boy bands. And so, Ruby, do you have a favorite boy band?
I think that my favorite would have to be One Direction because I'm loving Harry Styles' new stuff. Yeah. So that kind of lumps in with it. And NSYNC has some like really good jams.
Yes. Okay, guys, before I answer let us know your favorite boy band. We got to know. I think mine, OG, is just NSYNC. I love One Direction. I really, really, truly do. And I did scream and fangirl for One Direction. But it's just something about NSYNC. I used to have, back in my day, children, there were CD-ROMs. And I had a CD-ROM carrier, like a little bag, and it was NSYNC. It had like a little like coin part, and it was NSYNC.
What's your favorite song by them? I need to know.
I don't know. All of them are so good. I will never get the song like the No Strings Attached when they were all dolls and they were like,
yes.
Oh my word. That was like next level amazing. I was we have NSYNC. We have an NSYNC lover over here. Yes. And Harry Styles. I'm happy that they're able to transition, you know?
I agree. And I feel like Justin Bieber needs to be lumped in there. He's not a boy band, but he just should be in there. I love Justin Bieber.
Me too. I told Shepherd Youth one time when I preached about my experience when I saw Justin Bieber live. And it was, okay, I know I'm wasting time, but I'm not wasting time because this is what you hear for, Shepherd Youth. I was at a Taylor Swift concert, and you know how she brings people out to her concert? So she started singing Baby, and she was like, oh, I can't sing it well. So she was like, let me bring my friend out. This was many moons ago. We were guys, we were nosebleeds, okay? Surrounded by 12-year-olds. I started screaming so loud and so frequently that I guess I wasn't breathing. And like I kind of got dizzy.
No.
And like my friend was like holding me and I was like freaking out. I ended up sitting down with my head between my knees. And I like after that moment I was like, oh, I didn't even know I was a Justin Bieber fan. Okay. And then that happened to me and I was like, there is something in the air because I could not breathe.
Bieber just gets you in a different way. You get too hype, you know? Bieber goes out.
I know. Way too hype. Okay. Oh, embarrassment. Now we're going to play the game. So Shepherd Youth and Ruby, this is how the game is going to go. I am going to sing a boy band lyric and then I'm going to stop and Ruby is going to have to finish it. And so are you guys. If you guys know the lyric, type it in there. I want to see your, yeah, because we need help. Yeah, we need help if we're not getting there. So, all right, let's see. We're starting with a strong one. I'm not going to tell you the boy band. I'm just
okay.
I feel like this is more stressful than leading worship. Okay, here we go.
Give it a great, just go for it.
Oh, hold on.
Roller.
Oh, I should have drawn a microphone. Okay. Ready? You are my fire. Yes, the one. Desire, believe. When I say I want it that way, but we hear the drums are two worlds apart. Can't reach to your heart when you say I want it that way. Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a heart.
Yes.
Tell me why.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a. Is it Mistake Man?
Yes. You got it.
Woo, I got the first one. Let's go.
Tell me why.
Honestly,
so catchy. Yes. They were literally singing along in the comments.
Yes, I love it. Love it, guys.
Okay. All right, here we go for the next one. Okay, I have to, how I have to get it like in my head. Okay.
Yeah. Match.
Don't want to be a fool for you. Just another playing your game for two. You may hate me, but it ain't no lie, baby. Bye, bye, bye. Don't really want to make it tough. I just want to tell you that I've had enough.
I might sound crazy, but it ain't no lie. Bye, bye, bye.
You got it. I feel like because we know them, but then like It's like the little words. Like
Yeah.
it might sound crazy.
I
When
was
does
like,
that
I
come?
think this is right.
You
I don't know.
got it. Oh my word. How are you guys doing over here? No, number 5. No. How have I got that reference? Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Oh, I forgot about this boy band when we were talking.
Okay.
And I'm livid at myself. So here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm hot.
Oh yeah.
You're cold. You go around like you know who I am, but you don't. You've got me on my toes. I'm
Slipping into the loving.
yeah.
And I'm trying to keep going under.
Go,
Baby,
go,
you
go.
turn the temperature hotter. I'm burning up for you, baby.
Girl, you crushing this.
Gosh, wow.
How
I
did
feel
we
bad
forget
that I
about the
forgot
Jonas
them.
Brothers?
They're gonna take probably my top spot now that I remember.
Yes, I love them a lot. And I really forgot, and they're still here, and they had a major comeback, and I'm very happy for them.
Me too.
Proud of you, boys. Okay. We've got a few more. Ooh, okay. Here we go, guys. This one's a little more up your alley, guys, if you're not into the classics. Baby, you light up my world like nobody else. The way that you flip your hair gets me overwhelmed. And when you smile at the ground, it ain't hard to tell.
Don't know. You don't know you're beautiful. That's a classic. Classic 1D.
Classic One Direction. I think that was a song that like I first knew them with.
Same.
That was a song that went like really big.
Yeah.
One Direction. We love you. Okay. We have a few more. How are you doing over here, Shepherd Youth? Are you getting your answers in? Yes. Bye. Yes. Okay, here we go. Oh, this one I always okay. I'm a sucker for you.
Oh yes.
Say the word and I'll go anywhere blindly. I'm a sucker for you. Okay, this is hard.
Oh boy. Something to know. Did I get it?
You got it. Yes. They have put shimmer, summer, you'll find me.
Perfect.
How did you know? And see, that's the thing. We think like we know these songs, but then it gets to it is actually any road you take, you know that you'll find me.
Okay. Now I'm never gonna miss that lyric again.
Yeah, you can't unhear it now that you've heard it. That's a good song. Yes, Haley. Haley knows that.
Yes, Haley, I love it. You're a true fan.
The true fan.
Oh, what about Hannah Montana? She's not a boy band.
Oh, I know. She's not a boy band, but she's really good. Okay. Here's the last one. We're going for a classic for the last one, Shepherd Youth. So I hope you're still in it to win it. Ruby, are you ready?
I'm so ready. I think I can get this last one.
Okay, here we go. Baby, don't misunderstand what I'm trying to tell you in the corner of my mind. Baby, it feels like we're running out of time. Let it go. If you want me, girl, let me know. I am down on my knees. I can't take it anymore.
I don't even know what the lyrics are to this song.
Do you know what it is though? No. Ready? It's tearing up my heart when I'm with you. Do you know this song?
I know. I don't know this song.
So funny. Okay,
Who's it by?
NSYNC.
It's NSYNC? Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. I was like, it's gotta be good. Or Backstreet Boys.
Too. Or is it Backstreet Boys? I don't know. Shepherd Youth. Is it NSYNC or Backstreet Boys?
Does anyone know
Oh, Haley says it's Backstreet Boys.
Oh, okay. There we go. We were off. It's all good.
I believe you, Haley. I'm sorry. And what's so funny is I didn't hear you chiming in, so I was like, oh, she's just letting me like solo
Oh,
right
I didn't
now.
know. I'm just like,
She's
yeah,
like,
woo!
she's like, girl, go off.
Go, Adri, go.
Oh my word. Well, thank you, Ruby. You honestly, you got 9 out of 10. So I give you a thorough round of applause.
Taking my
You
bow.
did so well. Shepherd, you thank you for hanging in there. Ruby, now let's, we got the sillies out. We laughed, we had fun, we jumped up and down. I did in my chair. I'm sweating a little bit,
Yeah.
but just a little bit. But so this weekend or today, we're talking about bitterness and forgiveness, because at D groups, that's what we're talking about this week, is bitterness and forgiveness. And I know that all of us have experienced that. Like, we've experienced having bitterness in our heart, not wanting to forgive somebody who's hurt us, because we've all been hurt before. And so, Ruby, I guess I just wanted to start out by asking if you've ever experienced like unforgiveness and struggling with that, or bitterness, and like what was that like for you?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, first of all, yes, I definitely have. I think all of us can be like, yeah. And like people
Yeah.
come to your mind, right? But I've definitely struggled with it. And I think it was something that I worked through a lot in college. So these past 4 years. And I think growing up, I always thought, oh, it's so easy to extend forgiveness. Like I was given it, I can just hand it out. Like, and well, how prideful of me to think that, right? Who am I to think that? But then this experience happens to me in college, and I had my first boyfriend, so much fun, and I was dating this guy, and ended up he cheated on me, and it was just a bad relationship. And so I was like forced with this, wait, how do I forgive when it's actually like
Wow.
hard and I don't want
Yeah.
to? And it just hit me in a different way. And so I think that the past 4 years I've kind of learned like, what is true forgiveness? Not just, oh, it's okay. Like one of your friends hurts your feelings, like, oh, it's okay. Like sometimes that's hard to get over too, but this felt really big. And so it helped mature me and
wow. Yeah. I really love how you said, like, if you like that, when you didn't struggle with forgiveness before, in your head, it was like, oh yeah, like I can totally forgive. And then once you're hurt, it's like, my word, this is the hardest thing.
Yeah.
Like, because for me, and we're going to talk about this in D groups, but I struggled with unforgiveness with my stepdad, because he left, which I know a lot of kids, can relate to that, and can relate to that pain, that hurt that sometimes, and in my case, turns to bitterness because you don't understand. And so I was bitter, and forgiveness seemed so impossible for me, which I'm sure that you also felt too. Like when you're hurt, forgiveness feels impossible, and it also feels like, you don't deserve my forgiveness. Like I don't want to give that to you. We almost think we're protecting ourselves by not forgiving the other person, which is kind of crazy, because once we dive into this, we realize, wait, that's not the case.
Yeah, that's that. Thanks for sharing that. That's so real. And the bitterness can grow. Like it can just mount up, and it's like you're so bitter at this person more than you even know you are.
Yeah. So you shared with us a little bit about, your struggle with unforgiveness. What is one thing that you learned about forgiveness that changed your perspective and maybe helped you during that time?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing I learned was that it takes time. And I think I grew up as a pastor's kid, like just kind of like in the church world, which is wonderful and it's a great thing. But I think I always felt this pressure of like, I need to be the best at these things. I just need to be perfect because I'm looked at as like so spiritual, whatever, when I'm just a broken person too, right? But I think it was hard for me when I didn't immediately, a week later, want to forgive him in my heart, like it wasn't. And I was like, wow, am I a horrible human? Like, I'm just so awful. Like, I can't believe I'm not just ready to forgive. And then I kind of talked with some mentors and people saying like, it might take a year. Like it might take a while to like get to that point. And the important thing was just keep moving towards that. And that was the biggest, it stuck with me. It still sticks with me today when I've since then, dealt with other hard situations of forgiveness. And remembering that as long as I'm moving forward towards it and not just, being bitter and saying, I don't want to move
Yes.
on, I'm not there. It's going to be baby steps. And it took
Yeah.
a year and a half in therapy and like all these things to
Yes.
okay, you know what? I forgive you. I don't like
Yeah.
you. And I can still have those boundaries, right?
Yes. Yes.
I do forgive you. It's not like, welcome back into my life. Hey, you're
Yes.
part of my life, but I forgive you.
Man, you touched on so many good things, specifically boundaries and forgiveness. I'm so glad that you touched on that because, like, I think that sometimes people think when I forgive you, it means I'm going to let you back in my life.
Yeah.
I'm going to let you, like, back exactly where you were, the closeness that you were. That's not forgiveness. Forgiveness is I'm not going to hold this over your head anymore because God doesn't want me to, because he wants me to be free.
Yeah.
But I'm also still going to keep my boundaries. Like, you hurt me. I don't know if I can trust you in that way again, ever. And that's okay. That doesn't mean that I'm not loving you like the way that Jesus would have me to love you.
Totally. Yeah. That's so good. Like I totally resonate with that. And it applies to so many areas that we go through that you shepherd youth, probably thinking of different boundaries, maybe right in your head. Like, that's good.
And they probably, like have many friends that have hurt them. And then they're like, okay, but I want to forgive them, but I don't like, does that mean that they have to be my best friend again? Yeah. Like, I don't know if I'm ready for that. No, that's not what that means. It means that you're freeing yourself. Cause I think what I had to learn about forgiveness was that forgiveness wasn't a feeling. Forgiveness was an obedient action, because I remember when I was like, approached with this idea of forgiveness from God, it seemed so impossible because I didn't feel like it in any way at all. Like it was the opposite. I wanted to stay in my hatred. I wanted to stay. It fueled me. I thought it protected me. But when you're sick, you can't really tell that you're sick, and you need the Savior to heal you. And so it was when I realized, it was actually from Dusty, when he was like, no, this is a command. It's not a suggestion. And like to pray blessings over our enemies was what Jesus asked us to do. And if I loved Jesus, I needed to do it for Jesus. And so I started to pray like blessings over my stepdad, over my enemy, before I ever felt like it. Like, and in fact, it felt worse. You know what I mean? Like, it's like pouring salt in a wound a little bit when you're kind to someone that's hurt you, because it doesn't feel natural. But it's crazy how Jesus works. It was after my obedient action that he began to heal me, not before, like it was in my like active obedience that the Holy Spirit began to change my feelings slowly. And like you, like, man, it took me like years to ever feel like I had forgiven him. And something else that you said that like I thought was so good was that it takes time. And it's not like a one time, I forgive you, and then you're done with it. Like, we're all human beings, and you may need to forgive again and again to that person, and you might feel really good one season and the next season you don't. And that's okay. Like, forgiveness is a journey that if we're willing to like take with the Lord, like brings us healing and freedom.
Yeah, I love that you said that's like a spectrum, like it's like a journey, just like our walk with God is. That's so good, especially when it's someone in your family too. And I'm sure you feel that this, Adri, it's a continual. I mean, you're around that person, or they affect your life, and so you're gonna see them. You don't have a choice, or maybe it's distant and you've set boundaries, but still, it's gonna be a lot more prevalent.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so our last question, or our last thing that we're talking about, is the parable of the unforgiving servant, which we're going to go in depth at D groups. But basically, this parable that Jesus tells, there's a servant who owed his master so much money, like ridiculous amounts of money. The master gave him mercy. And then the servant goes to town to someone who owed him just a little bit of money and shows him no mercy. He's going to throw this guy like, in jail. The master hears about it and he's like, what are you doing? I was showing you mercy. Now you can't show this guy mercy for just a little bit, and then he ended up throwing him in jail. So that's the story of the unforgiving servant. And Ruby, what does that make you think of? Like, how does being forgiven affect how you forgive?
Yeah, I think it changes everything, really. It humbles me. Like, it just makes me feel so brought before Jesus, and just, I
Yes.
can't believe that you would forgive all the
Yeah.
crap that I've done, or the crap that I've
Yeah.
thought, things that I've thought
Yes.
and never said out loud, but you do. And I think once you experience forgiveness, then you understand the weight of it. I don't think you can forgive someone fully without being like forgiving yourself first.
Ooh, yeah.
So that is like, it changes everything in my opinion.
Yeah. So good. So good. And what's funny is I was just writing about this in class. I go to Hope too. And and I was writing about how, like, for me, I didn't understand the gravity of my forgiveness until I had to forgive.
Yeah.
Like, I think there was a part of me that was like, oh, like, God has to forgive me. And of course I felt bad, but it wasn't until I realized how hurt I was like, oh man, I hurt God all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I betray, I turn away, I have idols. And like, it almost made me see my forgiveness in a different light. And like, it made me come to terms with God's mercy and grace, like, so much more. Like, I was like, wow, God, you are so good that you forgive all of us, like, because of Jesus. Like, we're so undeserving. Like,
He's so good like that.
yeah. Yeah. So, Shepherd Youth, I hope that you have enjoyed a little bit of this conversation, because this is what we're talking about this Wednesday. And, it's not just going to be Ruby and I on a screen. You guys are going to talk about it with your leaders and talk about your own personal experience. Like, how do you struggle with unforgiveness? Do you struggle with feeling forgiven by God? These are real questions, and they're important because you are so important. And so we hope that you know that. We hope that you know that we love you, that we're here for you, that we pray for you. And if you aren't in D groups yet, be sure to get in D groups. We have a few weeks left of this session, and then we're going to have another session after that. So we would love for you to join us, because this is the kind of stuff that we talk about, real life stuff. How do I follow Jesus, with these feelings inside of me? What does this mean for me, and what does he want from me? So I know that Ruby would attest that we would love to have you with us if you are not signed up. So you can sign up at shepherdyouth.com, because we would love to have you with us at D groups. And I just want to thank you guys who were in the chat and joining us. Kayla, Haley, Hiram. It was so great to talk and hang with you guys. And it's about time for service. So Ruby and I are going to go, and be sure to watch Shepherd Church Live on YouTube, Roku. They keep saying Roku. I'm like, I don't even know what that
any
is.
Any platform you could imagine, check it there. Probably
yes. Anywhere that you can watch anything, Shepherd Church Live. But we both love you guys, and we will see you next week.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.